So, Chief, are we going English?
Yeah, English would be easier.
Okay. That's fine.
So now I have to speak more
Yeah, so that maybe we'll summarize it. We can, at the end of the day, we can summarize maybe just for some few minutes. We can summarize whatever we spoke.
Yeah.
They have the young Yankana, Baba Bakbaya. They have the Bawusu, Baba Bakbaya. Baba Wujilmadane, Baba Bakbaya. Never Nayakajake. Hale Bakbama. Chamanti Malkumbo Kiyo people, Chamanti Malkumbo Kiyo people, Bapan Yakasankia, Naban Trute, Bapan Yakasankia, Naban Trute, Ane Bapan, Musimi, Ona Munyami, Ufame, Adonyami, Nayakijake, Nayabe, Nayakijake. Nayabe na yekijake chatmobni yame keti yebgajamla chatmobni yame keti yebnunyume chatmobni yame keti mwanambe unaye Nayabe na yekijake angamabambe nyamutunga kola kumabambe mfakulu takondane kumabambe nyamumaunamone they have to bow in Yankane, the bow Papanya, they have to bow solo down there, the bow Papanya, the bow Yamadane, the bow Papanya, they have a nice jacket. Sankara Radio 103.1, you got the soul of the land. It's 5 minutes past the hour 7. Day number 16 of the month of September 2025. It's yet another edition of Nampala Brabin. Right on Sankara Radio 103.1. Wherever you're doing the monitoring, on behalf of the management of Sankara Radio, I say good evening. Welcome you once again to today's edition. So just keep your dial up to on Sankara Radio 103.1 and be our guest. Then check out our to say. And collaboration so to Tuesday come on. Then I do bank take it Takaka, Sankaka, and Katlak on the Sibra. Clido Chaili, take a day at Joe Bank, Illy, Katibata, the bond, look on the Sibra. In Katiala Gurne, Tilan Kuntakafa, look on the number and check back Abia, Champumi and the Sankara Radio 103.1. Kitchatene Asilam Tabo. Waran Kampia, Lady Dongritim, Warona Pachanakitin, Tuan Kama Pachanakitinia, Yank Masundi Dongritim, Diana Bukaru Paula, Yambo Jado Jotio, Yank Masundi Dongritim, Kuka Bar, the Cable for you don't know Banke. Masundi Dongritim, Haji Abata Shani Mama Zakaria. On the Uchala Zakaria and Jado Jotibe. Kuma Pam Chamana Slow Tabo. Okay, thank you very much for leaving your dialogue to on Sankara Radio 103.1. It's 8 minutes past the hour 7. Day number 16 of the month of September 2025. It's yet another edition of Napalabora that comes off every Tuesday from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So wherever you're doing the monitoring, on behalf of the management of Sankara Radio 103.1, I say good evening and I welcome you once again to today's edition. Remember, the guest for today is our father, our brother, the revered chief of Ubor Wumbei Dawuni. He's here with us this evening. Remember, he's the guest for today's edition of Napalabora, and we are going to talk about the LINULJIL festival that comes up, God willing, next month. So wherever you are, just give a download to Sankara Radio 103.1. Today we are going to delve more about the importance of the merit of the LINULJIL festival. Remember, this is not the first edition. Whatever the expectations, your expectations this evening about the festival is going to be welcome. Remember, after that we are going to open phone lines for if you have anything that you want to add to this suggestion. We will open phone lines for us to talk. So wherever you do the monitoring, remember this is Sankara Radio 103.1, and this is how we do it here. So let's go to Studio B where we welcome the Chief of Ubor Wumbei Dawuni. Chief.
How are you doing?
Thank you, sir. Yes, you are welcome to Sankara Radio.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. So before anything, I think this is your second time of being here, either your second or your third time of being in Sankara Radio. You have gone to, so you have visited some radio stations, especially in the northern region here. So what do you have to say specifically about Sankara Radio?
Well, actually, I've visited quite a lot of radio stations across the country. I was engaged in one promotion of music and concerts and all that at one point, and also I also got engaged in promoting products, cosmetics and soaps. So I had the opportunity to speak on a lot of radio stations, and also sometimes not be the main guest, but supported artists and all that to achieve whatever cause that we have embarked on. And what I would say is that Radio Sankara measures up to one of the best in the country, and I think we are doing a very good job. And we pray that it keeps on evolving, spreading the message, bringing about peace, transforming people, and all that. So I think it's a great point.
Okay. Thank you very much for that recommendation, and we are also delighted. Anytime at all we are told you are coming here, we are excited because to have somebody like you coming on. Remember, this is rainy season. from the comfort of your zone, just to travel all the way from Bumbong to Yindi is not easy. And on behalf of the management of Sankara Radio, I want to officially thank you for how far you've been one of our integral partner. Anytime at all we call on you to discuss issue of urgency, you come. So we are grateful for that. So Chief, I've done the introduction. Maybe you can give us a self-introduction, your name, who you are, and how you started, life. Yes, so that we can benefit a little from you.
Okay, I don't know where to start from, but I'll give it a try. Okay. My name is Ubor Wumbei Dawuni. I was born in Takrade. My parents, or my dad, was then in the army, the Ghana military. So from Takrade we moved to Michel Camp, where I started my primary school at Michel Camp Primary School and went on to Services Primary School, where I did my common entrance, then headed to Tamale Secondary School, Tamale School, which is now Tamale Senior High. From there, after I did my O-level there, then from there moved to Kuforidia Secondary Technical, where I did my A-level, from which I continued to the University of Ghana, Legon, where I graduated in chemistry with geology. From then, I started my working life. I did my national service at Sound Secondary. We began Sound Secondary School actually. That was the year I think Ronnie started 144 schools across the country. So Sound Secondary was one of them, and I went there to teach science and mathematics. So after national service, I went on to work with Getrade Ghana Limited. So Getrade was an export company, and by then it was they exported non-traditional products, but mainly it was musical instruments, handicrafts, and all that. And I went there to start a natural products department, and out of the work that I did, we came up with Village Fresh Tasebina, which was one of the first black soaps. Actually, probably I was the first person to probably package black soap and shea butter. You know, like all the transformation that's going on was my work at Getrade. So Village Fresh became one of the foremost products of the country. Won Ghana Export, I think, product of the year for Ghana Export promotions, Ghana Export Promotion Council. And then Getrade was the biggest non-traditional exporters in the country. But whilst at Getrade, I also started working with my brother Rocky Dawuni. We started a music company, Aquarian Records. So we promoted music, and especially his music, and also a number of other artists that we could lay our hands on. Then together again, we started Africa Live. So Africa Live is an NGO that uses arts to transform communities. So we did we use music, and we actually work with the European Union, work with the Carter Center, and then UNICEF.
Wow.
So we did a lot of work and projects with them. And then I also worked with Novita.com in association with National Geographic. It's a Los Angeles-based online arts and crafts company, actually one of the biggest in the world.
Wow.
And I did sourcing for them in West Africa. Then I also started a number of companies on my own solo projects, which were, I started, because I get treated after doing Village Fresh after seminar and all that, I left and then started Natural Enterprise and also produced a number of products there and did some exports and currently I'm developing another one in Ubor Company Limited where currently we are basically working on raw materials to subsequently develop them into finished products that will be used or sold in supermarkets and also export. But we sometimes export raw materials, black soap, shea butter, and some soaps. We get some orders, and then currently I'm the chief of Ubor, and I've been chief there since 2013.
Wow. I think that's going to be our next question. With your experience and educational background, how did the chieftaincy title started? With somebody, your father was in the military, according to you, schooled in so many areas outside the country, and also coming to Ghana, working so many companies outside and in Ghana here. So the chieftaincy title, how did the whole thing start?
I belong to the royal family in Ubor, and my father actually was the previous chief before I came in. So it was upon the demise of my father that it became necessary that I step in and be the chief of Ubor.
Okay, so so far so good. How has been the journey? Chieftaincy, how has been the journey with your association with the people? I mean, so far so good. How has been the journey so far?
It's been great. The thing is that the universe or God, throws you in a certain light, and for some reason I had a path where I got a lot of experiences and all that. So it's required that I put those experiences to helping elevate people. And I think that there is a lot of joy in helping people, transforming communities, and then, help the northern region as a whole grow into a very big and solid area. Because I think that when the northern region really stands on its feet, that's when Ghana really is going to feel like a great nation.
So let's come back to the aim of today's program, that is the LINULJIL Festival. This is not the first edition of the festival. I mean, how did the whole idea started, as a chief? And because there are a whole lot of areas that you could have looked at in order to bring the people together. So why do you choose LINULJIL Festival?
Actually, one of the things because my background too was in music and culture and all that. So I realized that most of our traditions were dying off. Music, food, crafts, they were all dying. There was a need to revive them. So I started the LINULJIL Festival because that's one of the sacred festivals of the Konkomba people or of us or as a people. There is also Nipondam. Actually, I did Nipondam on 2 different occasions. And then LINULJIL, I think that the coming one is going to be the 12th edition. I think that apart from the COVID year, we have it every year.
Okay, so normally it's very difficult to bring our people together, especially up to the 11th edition that we are going into the 12th one.
Okay, again, I'll follow on my experiences again, because I did a lot of artists promoted festivals.
Okay.
Very huge festival, Ubor Wumbei Dawuni Independence Clash.
Okay.
It was done. It was a national, and I was one of the producers.
Okay.
So that experience, enabled me to know the nuances in trying to bring a lot of people together. But definitely there are challenges, because you have to once you are bringing people together, there's logistics, and then like you mentioned, there's the issue of trying to get people together. So we devise so many methods and means to draw people to the festival, So and our community also has natural links with a lot of different communities. I think that there's always been a great bond between us and most of the outlying communities. So once we instituted it, a lot of people also place value on it, because each year that they came, they felt that it's been worth their while. So once you create an institution or an event where people come and have an experience that they think it informs and transforms them, then each year they would want to come.
So why the festival? Because normally we know that festivals, some festivals are celebrated in order to bring people together and to coexist. With the LINULJIL festival, even though with all the reasons why we got, what are some of the integral reasons why you brought up this festival?
Okay, like I'll say, one was that a lot of our traditions were dying, and actually prior to the festival, most funerals had sound systems running. People in my community, for instance, people were beginning to leave the traditional kinachum, during funerals. So one is to be able to preserve the customs and traditions. And also, festivals also bring cohesion. Once you bring people from all across, they meet each other, they share time, they enjoy the same space. So eventually, there's a certain bond that people who attend the festival get. And the other aspect is that I also want Ubor to develop very fast. And one of the ways that you develop is also through festivals, because festivals are such that they have a lot of economic impact on the days or prior to the festival and on the day of the festival and after. A lot of traders, vendors, food vendors, drinks and all that, they make the biggest sales during that period. And also we want to pass on our traditions and culture to the next generation. So it's also a forum to educate, especially the younger ones, so that they don't lose sight or leave the grounding that our forefathers have provided for them. So we've even encouraged even schools. Last year, one of the basic schools in Yendi participated. So it's a space also to learn. And the thing with the festival is also to keep our, it has a religious significance, or I'll say spiritual significance. the yam for us is a king of crops.
Yeah.
You know, so there is a certain reverence, and Africans or Concombers, for that matter, all over the northern region, you know, there are certain practices that come in with our tradition. For Concombers, yam is one of them.
Yeah.
You know, so we wanted to still preserve that yam festival so that we would have reverence for nature, respect our culture, and keep it within our blood and our life.
Okay, so this year's festival, what should be our expectations? Because from edition 1 to the 11th edition, and now we are going into the 12th edition, which is going in next month. What should we expect? Somebody who is listening to us and the person who want to come, what expectations should, what difference should the person come and experience over there? Because we know that there are usually activities that normally goes in. This year, what difference are you bringing in?
You know, we've used the festival to bring about, we use this as a tool to bring about peace within the northern region.
Okay.
So each festival, we've not restricted it to Concombers.
Yeah, okay.
We've drawn all our neighbors,
yeah,
you know, to be part of the festival.
Yeah.
So it's been part of, you know, like bonding, you know. So last year we had Dagombes, we had the Alufu, we had Fulanis, and then this year we are going to increase that.
Okay.
You know, and at the same time, we insist on making the best production. That is, we try to get some of the best performers. So if it is the presenting the dancers of Dagombes, you know, we get the best dancers, the best music. Same thing with Concombers, same thing with Amufu, same thing with Fulanis or Fulbe. You know, so, and same thing. So we are going to increase the number of tribes that would participate. But over the years, we've also gained a certain experience. Not only that, but you know, we've put our sights on making our LINULJIL one of the biggest traditional and cultural festivals within the continent of Africa.
Wow.
So that is where we are heading towards.
Okay.
You know, so each year is to solidify and consolidate that on that journey to make it that way, and then to be able to spread it more. So we are throwing out the idea or participation of people from all over the world. You know, we're inviting people from outside the country and then also within the country. So a lot of people travel all over the country to witness the festival, and I think that by this time everybody is also waiting for it, and we expect it to be much, much bigger than it has ever been. And what I should add to it is that it's not just being a cultural event. We've also, because we know that though we look at the past, we also look forward into the future. And music, as it is, we have others too who are into the modern form of music. So we bring that. And definitely there's also going to be Rocky Dawuni performing. There's also going to be Muhammad Ali. You know, Muhammad Ali, he's not well known here, but he's one of the, he's
one of the stars.
No, he plays talking drum.
Oh, okay.
Drums. I mean, that's his main thing. But he plays a lot of other instruments. But he's in the US, and he's been playing with a lot of different musicians and collaborated with so many different musicians, and probably I would say that probably that is the biggest Dagomba star in the world.
Wow.
You know, but the thing is that sometimes, you know, the prophet is not honored in his own backyard, you know, so he's hardly known, but we want him to showcase what he has, you know, especially in the Yendi area, you know, and he's done a good job of fusing traditional drumming into contemporary music.
Okay.
I mean, he's performed with people like Ziggy Marley and all that.
Okay. So today, let's talk about your relationship with Rocky Dawuni. Who is Rocky Dawuni to you? Because you know you are using the same surname. So Rocky Dawuni, who is he to you? Because we are on there, so we want to know.
Rocky is my brother. Actually, there are 9 of us.
Okay.
So I'm the first one, and Rocky is the second one.
Same father.
And then same father, same mother, okay. And then there are 7 others.
That's fine. So thank you very much for leaving your dialogue on Sankara Radio 103.1. Today is Tuesday, day number 16 of the month of September 2025, and it's yet another edition of Nampalabrayun. And remember, today our guest is Ubor Wumbei Dawuni, the chief of Bumbwang. He's here with us, and we are talking about the upcoming 12th edition of the LINULJIL Festival that will be coming on next month. So where was 1st of November. Oh, okay, 1st November. We are all heading towards Bumbwang, and as he's rightly said, if you want to, because most of us don't know who Rocky Dawuni is. Remember, he has won so many awards and 4th-time Grammy nominee. So this is something that Ghanaians has to learn. So that day, God willing, he'll be there. So if you want to know Rocky Dawuni, if you want to have a chat with him that day, 1st November, we are all heading towards Bumbwang. That is on Yendi Bushegu Road. So that is the venue for all of us on 1st of November. So Chief, still on the LINULJIL Festival, especially we the youth. Well, during your youthful age as compared to the youth now, do you see any difference? And if yes, what do you think can be wrong and what do you think can be done?
Well, I think that the world is always evolving and transforming and new things. You know, when I was growing up, you know, our parents were like, the youth now, they are lost. You know, we're listening to all kinds of music and we thought they were crazy, you know. And the same thing now too, you know. But I think that there are a lot of opportunities now. I think I see a lot of good rather than like the negative aspect. And I would even want to strengthen the good always. Okay. I mean, they use not to be social media, for instance. Now, you know, the roads are so good. You know, when I was a kid, traveling, I mean, when you are traveling we had to travel from Accra to Tamale, to Tamasco. I mean, major part of the roads were untarred. You know, you get to Kumasi, you spend about 3 hours, 4 hours. Offenso was crazy. There's some really deep gullies, and you have to go through that. But all those surfaces are. Those days there were no trucks, cars to travel. You know, you have to spend sometimes 2-3 days on the road before you get to Tamale. But now it's all smooth. So there's been a lot of changes, even in the northern region. They used not to be like very educated people, people even in government and politics and all that. You know, but now it's everywhere. You know, so I think that there are great things that are happening. You know, and the youth should look more at like the schools that are there. These days it's easier to be successful than it used to be. You know, because opportunities are there. I mean, some years back you couldn't be a blogger and make money.
Yes, but now you can use TikTok.
TikTok, and then we have people who are traveling all over the world just because they are just using TikTok.
Yes.
You know, so you know, you create a lot of content and all that. In terms of, let's say, even engineering and medicine and everything, the opportunities are limitless now, you know, compared to back in the day. And you know, when good things come, they come with bad things too. We know, like when you said the bad things, probably there's a lot more proliferation of drugs, a lot of synthetic drugs, because when I was a kid, if people went into any drug, then they smoked marijuana. Yeah. You know, but now they are taking Tramol or Tramadol, you know, and all kinds of things, you know, so which is more injurious to them. So that is the scary aspect. But I think that if we hammer the good, we direct the youth towards good, then that's the kind of society that we have. Maybe now the opportunities, because we are many, and the race is also very fast, you know, so there seem to be also gaps and also things that could also send you into the deep, or you get easily lost, you know. So I think that it is both ways. It is both positive and negative. Now, if you want to be an aeronautics engineer, it is much easier than it was some years back. If you want to do medicine, it's much easier now than some years back, because the facilities are there and they keep, you know, opening up.
Okay, so with the LINULJIL festival, we know that Linul is yam. So what advice do you have for our farmers? Because mostly, especially we those who are educated, most of the educated ones don't want to even venture into farming. How do you see farming, and what can we do in order to promote farming around the northern enclaves?
Okay, if I start to take us the whole day, but maybe let me just summarize.
Okay.
I think that one, there's a lot of promise for farming, but at the same time, there is something that we are also doing, that is degradation of the environment. You know, we are destroying the environment at such a fast pace, which sometimes might make farming not sustainable. Even the economic trees such as Shena, Dawa, I mean, you go to the communities, you cut them and use them for firewood, and all that. Some of the richest people on earth are farmers. And farming also, maybe in terms of even like maybe, let's say, maybe some need like maybe government support. But I think that let's say government, and not the government, you know, even like people, we have to go into value addition of the produce that we make. Well, I've had a lot of experience in adding value. One of the things that I did was, for example, dried mangoes, dried fruits, and exporting them. We did a lot of teas for export. And then so there are those opportunities with yams, yam flour, and even from that you could also develop. There are a lot of products that are made from starches. So even yam starch, cassava starch. So there it is. There's an incredible opportunity, but it seems that we are maybe I'll say lack of the knowledge and the know-how. You know, so I think that's where probably the government has to look into empowering the youth.
Okay.
You know, I don't believe in like going to bring, let's say, one very huge Chinese company to do shea butter processing. You know, they can easily.
Even in our communities, our women, they have women groups that in one way or the other who are into, the processing, and they do a good job.
A good job.
It's just a matter of equipping them to do more.
Exactly. So that's where so empowering all those micro industries to grow. That is the way forward. But if you go and bring some huge thing and they process thousands of tons. I mean, they basically would deny the women, you know,
the opportunity.
The opportunity, you know. So it doesn't make sense. You know, so for me, I think that we say there are no jobs. No, there are a lot of jobs.
Okay.
The thing is that the direction to go is micro industries.
Okay.
You know, so when you have all those micro industries, it engages a lot of people. So if I have my farm and I can package, let's say, my yams, I can dry them, you know, and there are simple technologies to do that, solar drying and all that. So those are the things that our people should be empowered into doing, you know. So if you bring that into the community, it even takes care of post-harvest losses and all that. Share and all that could be transformed into soaps, cosmetics, and you know, and so I think that farming is such a great thing to do, and in our culture we've used that to connect also to the earth. And then another thing that maybe I would add is the type of farming too that we are engaged in. Most of the products and ingredients that we use on our farms, they are not sustainable. The weedicides, if you use them on your farm, after a few years, the soil is dead. Okay.
But that is what we are into now, because mostly if you go to the villages where you see that the lands are fertile, we still even use the chemicals. And so what will you suggest? Maybe, for instance, maybe today, if you have an opportunity to speak to the ministry in charge of agric, what would have been your advice? And even the people as large, what would have been your advice with regards to the uses of the chemicals? What would have been another alternative?
The alternative is organic.
Okay.
You know, I mean, like most of the health problems that is bedeviling our people now is because we eat that kind of food. Wow. Yes. You know, so we have to go into organic farming. It is healthier. It also takes care of the soil, because you know the soil has a lot of micro organisms that put life into it. So once you go and you kill it, we can only do this condemned thing for another maybe 10 years.
Yes, but we do it today, maybe this year, the next year you do. Even some of the land, maybe some will plow a land and use the chemical maybe for one crop. And immediately after the harvest, they has to do it again for another crop. And even do it on 3 or 4 occasions before the end of the year. And even the next year has to do the same again.
And in a few years, the land will be dead.
Yes.
You know, and then we have to go into bringing those, creating the microbiome, you know, bringing all those micronutrients and microorganisms back into the soil to get the soil to live. You know, so that is not the route to go. Okay. The route to go is let's provide the people, you know, because we decide they're organic ones.
Okay.
You know, I mean, this man who just died, what is his name? Is that also?
Yes.
Kantaka. You know, there was one of his interviews that I saw, and he was talking about organic weedicide, you know, which he had brought, and then you can even drink it.
Oh, I see.
You know, so all those, no, and then there are people, and he has taught a lot of people.
Wow.
So the thing is, how do we
don't even
scale
prioritize,
up?
And we don't even prioritize them.
How do we scale up that? If we scale it up, then our people will be healthy. We will take care of the land, you know, because it looks like you know, we are just thinking about getting money today. We'll destroy all our water bodies just to get gold. We kill all the trees to farm and do galamsey, you know. So it's really a very, but we need to change. There should be a paradigm shift, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so Chief, still on our program, the timing. What time will the program start and what time will it end? Because people who are coming from afar, they might want to come and go home again. So what time is the program starting?
Every year the program begins at 1 p.m.
Okay.
And then by 6 it is finished.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 1 to 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 to 6 o'clock.
Okay, so approximately that's 5 hours.
5 hours, yes,
Okay.
of pure joy.
Yeah. Yes.
Pure ecstasy, no.
I remember last year. Last year I was there. And
Oh, okay.
Yes. Most of the year, I mean, from the seed edition up to the 11th edition, every year I go, and we are expecting Newton, like you rightly said, you know, because
So,
I was told by Rocky, that was last year, that this year they are going to do a very big concert. And I'm praying that comes to pass. I mean, is this something that you are standing by? I mean, the concert that he's talking about. He have already spoken about it. That was last year.
you know, there should be some things that should I shouldn't play all my cards.
Okay.
Rocky will be there.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
So just come and enjoy. And this year is going to be a really powerful experience.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. So politically, you know, this year there's a change of government. So how do you your invite? Do you normally invite people in government, or it's all across the political parties?
Oh, I invite everybody.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to come and enjoy it. You know, like I'm saying, we've used it to build peace.
Yeah.
You know, we bring all the tribes, all the different tribes together.
Yeah.
So same thing. All people across the political divide, we draw all of them together. I'm a chief, so
Okay.
I have very good relationship with people from all
The political.
all the political parties. I don't so both those in government and those out of government are cordially invited.
Okay. So this year, apart from the politicians, the other youth groups in northern region, have you already extended your invite to them? Because we have Daya, and we have, but that is a Basari Youth Association is there. We have the Kuya, we have Daya, we have the Dagbon Forum and others. I mean, have you already extended your invite, or who are you expecting on that day?
Well, definitely this year, all those people
Okay.
are going to be invited.
Okay.
So, but apart from the youth groups,
Yeah.
it's just everybody should just come.
Okay.
You know, everybody. We know that the youth groups, that's one aspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we also bring performers
Yeah, yes.
from all
the
those cultural,
yes.
you know, and then we bring their people, their chiefs. You know, so it's not only the performances. We bring chiefs from, you know, so there are Fulani chiefs, there are Dagomba chiefs, there are Anufu chiefs.
Yeah.
You know, so there will be Bimoba chiefs, there will be Bansari chiefs, and everybody will be there.
Okay.
Including the youth groups.
That's okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. This is Ubor Wumbei Dawuni, Chief of Bumbwang, and we are discussing about the upcoming LINULJIL festival that comes on, God willing, November 1, 2025. So on 1st November, all roads leading to Bumbwang. So Ubor, just in 2 minutes, can we summarize whatever we said in Lukun, so that maybe our brothers who doesn't understand English, yes, maybe the motive behind the date, the time, and what should be their expectation on that day, yes, in Lukun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kujok na nisiri bien Kujok LINULJIL bechan nsimi ama pino ba awing ba change LINULJIL so te banzama tu bien ndem bombonle ni impin tukuru ba ntan de wodi ngben tukuru lo to ni kamankin LINULJIL mu sa kam bel kam te ta tun nsud bon atunle te bedagbam bopam bechapop mo ni soka mo begana bibien yen langle lijeli mu yen yen bibien bebenle bopam aborti benin ben bedagbam aborti bechapop aborti bibien lebe le bilne ni monjo le bilkam so nga Africa lini akalini wo benan bienka ani kam ke flelu so ni mabu te banka manki zamatu bien le dali no kamo abe ngai be ni bo kamo abe agalita wo ademo bon wo anam pietu wo mo le be
Okay, so nuna tumpam Ubor Wumbei Dawuni anebo nke namuna teke bumbang aboria onwo anebo nke tumuna teke batu borkucha tumpula ngabo mbambe uchu mbamo ketite kedeno LINULJIL teke LINULJIL sai tuanke tilajene umbori aki ungal umpuna ke tilakwana mapui awi mabada nke yes nke tilaje kia ajinga bol nenbuya ason kama be nebachia aya be mwake ya ka be mwake liada point abake ayur attaque den bumbang ndiya tilati mpansi kuna kichatine ase nwonta bo ne asanke aya kpatibake adekpe alama yenne aya kpamban ba be aya bake ay take patin kama ya ngansa alama yinute kachatine ase nwonta bo nene boya alama yin sankara anambabu dandan bayarke akba ke alai kudunu LINULJIL bay api insa pola benin be alama yinute ngansa ay yene ase din cheke network ngai nanga bu kitin kama ke tene ase lagbaya alama nwonta boya chat tibom kuyur nje chanyur nje yo wa ngansa yene makicha ne ase nwonta bo yene me chanyur nje na kola hello ajura
hello
ya kijopa ngembe ngansa be sma kinala je
ya bi mo me ganye ke nyambote
boto sabo ba beba
abo ba bote
oh okay available mo
to ndo wa da woni ke woni tendo ko ma to ndri do to ba na ka ke ne da to da ke unan na mona uti ye ba be unan ka na mona to lo mo tena ma tete ma ke bo
to
aku bertuah dengan basalang aku soal bahasa punya belajar ngaji kan ke tembe beberapa soja apa kita mau buat di kebun ngaji to pokoknya ni masa tak ke bahasa itu bahasa enggak tahu apa sesuara
okay
makin bantu di Nigeria kemudian orang kalau kan lagi itu do tu mungkin dah punya baca
okay
waktu lo pakai apa
okay
makin hindi niya na machi kung wala hindi ke medyo nito ba po ta ko na
okay ane tempam da ke uba la grâce ti ala ula grâce wa tunya chale ko ni chambon ki yor umpaya alors ko jopa ngembe dan sabe sma kinyala che yo Anthony Zanduri available mo okay 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 Okay. And the Tumpam Adons and Duriam Titi, Layor Bener Sikuna Kirkwe. Then we are my Yen Chatane as a Muntabo Bayarke Apake at the Pingansa Ayayene Amuden Awales Wunanga with Tibetan Kamakatine as a Lagbadia Kia, Santibetan Cabino Langma J. Tinuria. Then we are Unity Kitchatine as a Muntabo Chambom Q. Hello, Ajura. Hello. Gangsa yena me kicha tene ase ntabo yena ta yimba wen la yoro benebele ba jankre pi ina ba ba yena me ase nchenga kicha tene ase ntabo. Hello Ajura. Hello. Okay, so ndio ta kumwiba kabumba impoti mpankana. So chief, someone was asking, somebody called from Bote and Saboba district, and he was asking, he said there are other chiefs there, and normally the invite, they want to know if you are a chief and if you've not extended your invitation to them, can they participate in the festival?
Okay, I think that first he was asking about letters.
Yes, that's
So we've not sent letters out because it's 1st November. So we are still in September, then
October, then November. Oh, okay,
so
that's fine. Yeah,
November
that's fine.
1st. So we have about 1.5 months
to go. Yeah.
So usually I would wait for maybe about 2 weeks before, one of the challenges is always being able to identify all the communities to serve them
the letters. Okay.
So it's a reason we are also using radio, to tell all those people, whether you are a chief, if you are not being invited, it is our doing. Okay. But we are using this medium to inform you that on 1st November, there's a festival, LINULJIL festival at Bumbong, and you should come. If you come, we would welcome you. Okay,
that's fine. So, Chief, your last words. Okay, so Ndia, Ubor na lembu yansan ke ayakpe ke ono yenne omega ayin ke nyambo tun ke baba bana ke bananka kalti letter na so bor be ba community be akakalti letter be akakalti sangban ke adan alama dambe almadan nko lenke ni sangma pinu ba awin badala nene boya mo ke tila be npa ummal ne iwin ba nene bo bananga bo yansa ke ni ato gurun pa ko ngle ke LINULJIL yanda ya nke blade e bankaditi ba banante ke ngana bo yansa ke ne ba te do te be nche ko community be ne da nene bo ne baba ma be ke ubor we ni wana bedu ba ma be ke ubor we ni wana bedu nene boya anan kala monte sankara radio na ala nyeke a invitation letter nka be tise nene bo ncha onyan bombon ka dan sankara de na ajubonke nene boya aya be pete de na ajubonke ke akala nwe ubora nebo de na ajubonke ala nyeke utweke yense aya so bo nke ya be pete de na ajubonke ala nyeke utweke yense tike san unlu umbe sorting down ba be abatin bo nke ya nwonte le bolmbo ala nyeke agban nko bala de da dokla de tise ngbangban nko point ba ekede dan sankara radio na. Okay, so Chief, your last advice to your colleague chiefs in making sure that there is peace within northern region before we take a look at them.
I think that peace is very paramount. Okay. Actually, yesterday we were in Nansani, where we brought the people of Pabuni, Jimbali, Tindan, Maga, Yidan, all the communities that are in conflict. Okay. So we brought them. The regional minister was there. There were a lot of prominent chiefs. Okay. To make sure that there is that cohesion, and then when conflicts or when there's misunderstanding, we shouldn't pick up arms, but we should resort to either traditional or legal channels to resolve our issues. So that was that was really hammered on, and everybody was educated on that. And so I'll plead to everybody. You know, the northern region has such great potential, and there's a reason why God has put all of us on the same land. We are brothers and sisters. There is a saying that if brothers and sisters fight amongst themselves, it is the stranger who would come to inherit
the properties, or what they are even fighting over.
What they are fighting over, good. You know, so, and it's the same thing. We are brothers and sisters that are living within the same space. So it is like on a macro level, it is like houses. The Gombes occupy one house, Concombes occupy one house, the Chokosis occupy one house. So each house should be peaceful. That's the first thing. But at the same time, you are going to live with others, you know. And if you don't learn how to live with your neighbors, then you have a problem. You know, so, and in order for us to collectively rise, we have to learn how to live with each other. We have to respect each other. We have to appreciate each other. And that's why we have LINULJIL. So we are going to plant the seed right there. That from this time onwards, nobody is going to fight in the northern region.
Unless, of course, the person is not a farmer. Okay, so thank you very much for the opportunity this evening. Remember, this is the Chief of Ubor Wumbei Dawuni. He's our guest on today's edition of Nampal Abor Ayun. That comes on Sankara Radio from 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So wherever you are doing the monitoring, on behalf of the management of Sankara Radio 103.1, I say thank you, Chief. Is there something you want to add? Is there something you want to add? Or you?
Greetings to
that's fine.
Greetings to the Yana, the Chief of Kobo, and all the chiefs in the northern region. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. So that is it. So Anelton Pamke and when Sankara Radio 103.1 on Plumwa Abewoke. Amuna inside Ubor Wumbei Dawuni take bumbong aboria. Umbori akim na kwino ba awi mubada to kwa mole yote ta bumbong neneja san nambe na machia. Teke ayaso borbe ayaso no dia kati singba. Ananka nwen kia abubun Sankara Radio na le nyeke agba nkete jokia agbambon clarities na point aba kelia da to kwa mole san bende bele be na machia. Ono kama pote dina ajuban ke atinke anetun pam nke ben tremede ajubanke ni natoti bon ko mo tremede ajubanke x-ray teke onsan on pita ko mi bo keti atapa amen ne tanko sane ko mo san ben tremede ajubanke aso kama pe Sankara dina ajubanke ne ke achan ko mele pa Sankara Radio 103.1 mbole be a chekre pe ben people no ne I have to ngana na yumbe I have some powerful number no barbaya ayumbe. No, but speak to the hand. Oh, okay, Mr. Shani. Okay, okay. Asamba ubara na kupoli. Oh, okay, now that's okay. Okay, so I mean, can you give him the mic so that, okay, that's fine. Yeah. So I am Bill.
Okay, Moses Nengubuk.
Okay. So as some Ubara. That's okay. Okay, so minetun pam ke nanone Ubor take Ubara na bunku bon bani minetun pam asun kama put dina juwan ke ya telenke ne chamante de kumbu ke de kiyuma ayakpe kiyuma tuwa makambe to yuma pen ne sa ton na tena kiyuma